Good morning, everyone. We are Lotus Airlines, and today we are going to tell you the story of how we manage our airlines through 7 quarters. There are 7 parts in our presentations, generated from the general information of the companies to the industrial lineations, and we'll also analyze the performance of the companies, and finally we're going to tell you the future plans. So who are we? We are the low-cost carriers, and we want to provide friendly and professional service. We want to serve both internal and external customers with ethicality and also profitable at the same time. We want to offer high standard service with an affordable price and put safety at the first place. We want to make high profit, however, we don't want to compromise the benefits of the future generations. And we also want to create 100% ethical working environment with integrity and transparency and concerns for all the stakeholders. And that's why we chose Lotus as our name. Lotus is a plant that lives in mud but still bright and has good scent, and so that's why we want to be outstanding from many companies that gain really high profits but lack of ethicality. And we can use all parts of the Lotus to use in daily life and productions. And we want to efficiently utilize all the resources of our companies for the local strategies. We use the fit strategies in every aspect, key activities, key resources, but the most important, we also put social initiatives into the strategies to create the shared value from our Lotus Airlines to the environment and the society. For example, with the key activities like low-fare airlines with high-quality service, we want to make sure the know-how management resource and knowledgeable employees to do well, and we reduce the practice way in our operations. Now we want to move to the industry analysis.
In the industry analysis, our company divide our competitors into 3 groups: low cost, normal cost, and luxury, and our company belongs to the low cost industry. Beside us, we have ASAP, Iconic, and Belia Airline as main competitors. In terms of fare, this chart shows the fare competition between 10 companies from quarter 0 to quarter 7, and almost all of companies here are consistent in their fare policies. However, it can be seen that Lotus and CERF has a fare sales higher the average, and only Iconic and our company has under the average level. In terms of quality, most of companies improve their quality after each quarters, and our companies are profitable because we can raise from 65 to 90, access the average level. Move to the positioning map. It can be noticed that our company is competing at low price with Universal at the same high quality ranking. Although there are some other competitors compete at low price, but they cannot achieve the high quality. That means our company not only provide the low cost to customer, but we also pursue the high quality to keep the customer reliability. And that's why we follow the slogan, "You value, we pursue."
In order to clarify our position, I will start with the capability, and I would like to mention our value chain. Our organization opened as an ethical and professional organization by which we set a large budget for training and encourage profit sharing. However, we still maintain lucrative by renting and utilizing flights, aircraft for short-haul flights.
Our capabilities do not rely on any specific functions, but the leadership skill and the ability of the managers to connect each activities of all departments. By so, we are able to identify and solve the problem instantly. In order to test our capabilities, we run it through the viral test by Barney 1995, and it appears obviously that we pass all the criteria, namely valuable awareness, non-imitation, and organization.
Now we will show you how we apply our capabilities by mentioning 3 loops representing 7 quarters of our stimulations, and which every quarter we start with the financial department, as we believe that financial system is important for productivity growth and economic development with respect to King and Levin 1993. The first loops comprise of the first 3 quarters, which according to us it is the unstable quarters. Particularly in the financing department, most of our revenue come from the maximization of tickets sold, and we're using a part of it to purchase sales report, providing guidelines for all the 3 departments.
In general, Lotus operation pursue the following as we aim to become a low-cost airline that providing the high standard service for our customer. We set the fare at the highest level of discount range at $31 and serve free soft drinks and peanuts for our customers. Regarding the fleet, we maintain 3 big craft and purchase and lease 2 more Embraer Brasileiro in order to respond to the growing demands and serve longer routes. We focus on route A, B, C, D, and E and keep high level of maintenance as we effectively exploit on the aircraft, being ethical in our operation and prioritizing the safety of our customers. To be more specific, in the first period after having the sales reports from the financial departments, we choose to focus on route E and serve the other route by exploiting 3 available big craft.
As we realize that price plays an important role while customer choosing one airline for another, we choose to integrate our sales and marketing, as we assume that most of our sales come from marketing, and we use sales to set our marketing budget.
As we aim to provide the customer the friendly service, we provide our employees the intensive training with a large budget. To be more specific, we increase the salespeople to 4 in order to assist in boosting sales and generating revenue.
And the other loops are comprised of the 4 quarters, and we realize the need to expand prior to making any further decisions in this period. Despite that we lose in quarter 4, we quickly gain our profit back in the following quarters.
Again, we start the period with the acquirement of sales report. Instead of operation activities, we regarding to the report purchase, we decided to expand more routes and offer 1 month fare sales for the new routes to attract the customers. At this time, we realized that in order to serve new routes, we need to have more aircraft, and we take into consideration between 2 options, which are lease or purchase the new aircraft. Also, we increase the maintenance to level 2.
In order to have the monetary support for operational activities, we consider among 3 options, which is issuing stock, short-term loan, and long-term loan, each of which has their pros and cons. However, we choose the long-term loan as our means of liability.
In terms of marketing and human resource, we keep increasing the marketing and training package as we aim to deliver the helpful, professional, and friendly service to our customers. And we end up with hiring 6 salespeople in order to generate revenue. Again, as we successfully expand the new routes, we with the main aim of financial department is to keep track, ensure the monetary support for other departments, and the country's foundation for the loan payments. In terms of operation, we increase the maintenance to level 3. At this time, we realize that the employees are the main resource that communicate directly to our customers. Then we keep increasing our training package for our employees. And moreover, when we are more profitable, we consider the wage increase and share profits to them as a financial incentive to encourage them to devote their effort and contribute to our company.
Another aspect we have to consider this period is corporate social responsibility, in which we consider the triple bottom line for the sustainable business. However, the achievement of which does not only require the business model redesign, but also the innovation of it. So we take into consideration of Bradley business model, considering 11 elements. Besides from other elements, we also take into account the perspective of the stakeholders in order to create the most optimal overall value capture.
To be more specific, we didn't wait until we are more profitable to concern the society and environment's perspective, but in the very first quarter when we take over the company, and when the incidents happen, we choose to press the release that have to face the trade-offs between the social and economic perspective. We acknowledge that when we raise the choice, the quality of our company may be diminished in the short term for both the new management board and the company as a whole. However, we can develop more trust and honesty from the customers. And with the following choice, we didn't choose for the following reasons. In general, it may be diminish our reputation and it not align with our strategy as being ethical in operation. As a result, the press was more demanding. Some negative publicity has been generated, and however, we still can generate more trust and provide the customer supreme service instead of use value and non-use value. In fact, at that time, our group has conflicts when choosing choosing that options, but we choose to solve the conflict by concerning for both the benefit for ourselves and for the others that is compromising.
So far, we have several achievements in terms of economic and social. Particularly, we are at the top 2 highest stock price and having positive income. And our quality is somewhat equivalent to luxury and normal airlines. Moreover, we also calculate our company value by market capitalization. As you can see, in quarter 0, our market capitalization is just 3 million. However, in the final quarter, it's double.
Now we talk about the performance diagnosis. We choose the balanced scorecard for analyze because concern for critical perspective in our business, which are finance, customer, internal business, innovation and learning. Besides, it is easy to use, create a consolidation between the target and active implementation. And finally, it facilitates for result tracking. So when we apply balanced scorecard in a business, we set up a specific objective for each perspective. For example, as you can see, in finance, we want to increase sales and profitable growth, maintain a healthy finance and attract a number of investors. Then we set up a specific measure, target, and activity to initiate. For customer, we want to increase the high brand awareness, meeting the requirements as well as building a strong relationship with them. For internal business, we want to become the more economical airline in the industry, maintain the high efficiency, equality, and utilize the available resources. And finally, in innovation and learning, we want to create an ethical organization culture, continued learning stimulation to create a well-trained and professional staff. And we come to the result comparison. In general, you can see from quarter 0 to 4, most of our financial results, such as profit or stock price, seem very fluctuate and miss on the target that we set up. However, from quarter 5 to 7, these financial results seem to be more stable and start to hit the target that we set up. For other measures in finance, customer, internal business, and innovation and learning, we also display a specific result gain, mixed in comparison with the target. So in general, from quarter 0 to 4, we hit the measure. We hit the target with the measure such as the row expanding, total passenger, low employee resignation, quality and training budget. Because during this time, we want to expand the market as soon as possible to increase the customer awareness and loyalty. We also perceive human resource play a critical role in our business, that we pay much attention to training and improve our staff. However, we missed more of the financial measure, quality and reliability index, because during this time, we still have not much experience in making a good business decision, and we think that it needs time for our business to grow, to build trust from customer, and to stable and ensure the positive financial flow. From quarter 5 to 7, however, we hit more of the financial measure, quality and reliability index. At this period, our business come to the stable, and we also ensure the high quality in technique maintenance and human resources. However, we missed the targets in row expanding or total passenger flow factor, because during this time, the market tends to be very crowded, highly competitive with very less new opportunity. So overall, we gained several good outcomes and reaching the objective that we had set up in fourth perspective. Then we'll continue with the next part.
So change is very important for us to improve our performance. And from quarter 4 to quarter 5, we changed to increase our performance by rescheduling the flights for all the routes to increase the efficiency. And we also changed 1 month fare sales to the regular fares, and we know that 1 month fare sale only important when we jump into the routes. And finally, we're recalculating the marketing expense so that we can increase the brand awareness. So what did we learn? We know that we need to be patient for the business to grow, and we need to continuously improve and update information for improve the performance. And the most important thing is about teamwork. We need to listen to each other and respect each other to give the wiser decisions for every department.
In the future plans, our company decided to set the SMART goals by Doran in 1981. At first, we used the demand forecast to improve the revenues and accomplishment of our mission and vision, and then we expand our company's network with more travel agents, and finally we raise stock price and create more value, including use value and non-use value for our company. In directions and policies, we improve our quality and reliability to keep our customer close to us, and then we expand more potential roles, lease purchase more flights to enter more new markets. And then we consider the possibility of joining with another commuter airline. In long term, a focus on CSR strategy is not enough because there's a large amount of companies follow CSR strategy to be more sustained. So we need to create and apply new technologies to subsidize excess employees, and our company suggests that we will take them to the customer service department, such as we create auto check-in machine to decrease the traffic jam in the airport. For next quarter, our company decided to keep our fare sales at 0.31 and invest more in marketing budget. In target, we want to raise more passenger load and profit, maintain quality and the stock rise. If we are in loss scenario, we will not open routes or lease more fleet to decrease the risk. If we are in profit scenario, we will keep the operated routes and increase maintenance, training, and CSR budget. Thank you for your listening. Okay. If you have any question, please feel free to ask us.
Good stand. Okay, I see that your team have a very good cooperation between members. You do a good job and show very good team spirit. I have several questions okay, I think I will ask different members. First, Mai Thảo, are you the leader? Okay, I ask Mai Thảo first. So, in your vision, strategy, etc., you promise that you create kind of ethical working environment. So what indicators can you name some out to show your company as an ethical create?
Thank you for your listening question. We always want to create an ethical working environment, so we pay much attention to employees. So as you can see from the quarter 0 to quarter 7, we pay very high budget in quality and training for employees, and also for the wage or compensation for quality employees. Not until that we reach very appropriate profit, we want to increase wage for them so that they're going to increase the stimulation for them to motivate in working. So besides also an ethical working environment, we always pursue. We never want to hire other competitor employees, as you can see from the critical incident, because that we know that the high employee commitment with the business is very important. We pursue high loyalty from employees that we don't want to hire other competitor employees. Yeah.
So it's good that you can confirm that ethical working environment lead to high employee of high employee rate. Okay. So next question for Chúc. Okay. I see that the first 4 quarters your company have lost result, negative result. So what are main reasons?
When we observe that we are lost in the first 4 quarter, our team sit there together to identify the problems, and at that time we see that with the strategy we do all the activities fit the strategy, the operations, the marketing, but there is one factor that we didn't care, is that we didn't schedule the suitable aircraft for the suitable routes, so we cannot utilize on the seats of the aircraft and serve the demands correctly. So when we look at the operations, we in the airline logbook, we identify these problems and we adjust some small changes, and that leads to the profitable in the next following quarters.
Okay. And my last question to Mom Học. Okay, Ngọc, you learn a lot about the knowledge how to manage the change of individual and organization. So now you work in this team like in an organization. So what part of the last semester we learn? I mean, what part of the knowledge you feel most interesting?
So to our team, the problem is that at first we didn't interpret the thinking of each person right. So at first, I think when working in team, you need to listen first, but then you have to be polite and ask again that if I interpret your idea right, so that we reduce the misunderstanding between the people in our teams. And yes, listen, respect, and also make sure you interpret the idea right. Yes.
Not really. I just really enjoy your presentation, especially the part that is set a very clear KPI in the beginning, and then after every stage you measure and you evaluate which thing that you hit, which thing that you missed. Really clear. I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, and the last question, I asked one more question for the boy, Okay. So, what lessons do you learn up to now from working in a team with ladies, with girls like this?
Honestly, it's so great and meaningful to work with my girls because I'm only the boy. Firstly, I can represent my idea and my girls can contribute the opposite opinions. Although we have some arguments and conflicts, but after all, we stay together and we deeply understand our knowledge, what we did in the past and what we are doing at present, and then we consider it. Not only we consider it as a project, but we also consider it as a game. We go to class and play a game and with a comfortable feelings. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. And I feel the happiness. I feel the very positive emotion among your team members. This is good things, and I think good experiences of your student life. And I'm also happy to see that your team is the team who can apply a lot of theoretical knowledge, scientific knowledge into the practice. And you show very good reflections of that. And I do believe that this is very helpful for you later for your future career. And again, wish you all success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.